Even though I'm a creative person, sometimes I get into a rut. I can't figure out what I would like to do or what direction I want to go in when thinking of a new project to work on. So when this happens, I like to get distracted with something that I know is going to spark something in me. Sometimes it's going to a place, to a location. Sometimes it's going to a book sale. Sometimes it's going to a stationery store. But other times it is as simple as pulling out papers or things that I enjoy already working in that will just give me that little push to give me some ideas of where I want to take my next collage adventure. But in this case, I am feeling like I need some inspiration from postage stamps. So what do I do in that case? So where did I get this huge box of stamps? I got them from my local stamp club. So stamp clubs are pretty interesting places. They tend to get a lot of donations from people who just don't know what to do with the collections that a loved one had for many years after they passed away. So somebody contacts the stamp club and says, I have all these stamps, I'll just donate them to you. And the stamp club has quite a lot of inventory of things. And the members, they go through, they sort, they, make sure that the valuable stuff gets taken care of and resold or, auctioned or whatever. But then they're also left with bunches and just a huge amount of leftover stamps. And so my local stamp club had a couple of these boxes and I offered to purchase them. Most of these stamps are US stamps. There are also some little brochures, and I love that it's got the, somebody typed all this up. Somebody typed all this up, and then they created this little catalog that's just, it's just so cool. I love it. I love so many things about this. So I've got a couple of these little guys, some bunches of stamps still on paper. They can be used for some projects. So when I'm looking at all this stuff, loads of ideas are going through my brain, right? What can I do with these things? And I had already a couple of ideas here. I have this book, the single entry ledger, and what I've been doing is putting big blocks of Cinderella stamps. Then there's also plate blocks. Some of them have already been stamped and some are not stamped. I don't know. I'm just playing around with pages. They're just so fun to play with, right? There's not a whole lot of anything extraordinary here, but it's just gluing stamps on paper in a little ledger. This book was also in here. I guess it's some kind of stamp. You're supposed to put little hinges on the back of these stamps and then place them, in here. I don't think I'm going to use them for that. I think I might collage in each of these little squares. That might be fun. So as I was looking through here, again, more collage material, I just come up with so many ideas that I feel like I need a journal to write all these things down. Can you imagine? An art journal to take notes about art journaling? About ideas that I have for creating art journals. I have this little book. This one, I've done all kinds of collages with colored stamps and also doing a little bit of mixed media sometimes. Right? This I just love. I love this. There's nothing else but postage stamps. Just organized in some fashion to create something appealing to the eye. I've got a couple of those. Here's another one. I love these colors. What I did was, this middle stamp is the one that is, it's the conductor. It has this kind of purple color and it has this orange, and so the purple's here and the orange is here. Same thing with this one. This stamp has got green in the middle and blue on the outside, so it's blue and it's green. So fun to work in this little book. Same thing, brown and this really vibrant pink red. I mean, who would even think to put a combination of pink and brown in a postage stamp? And yet it's just so beautiful. And here is the combination of those colors. Here's again with the purple and the blue, and that's what that is. So this is a fun little book to play with. So I started taking some notes and writing down the different kinds of projects that I could do with some of these stamps. And these are already projects that are either started or almost done, or, you know, or haven't begun at all. And there's so many things that I can do. So what am I going to do? What kind of project should I work on? So looking at my list, it's giving me my ideas. So what should I do? What should I choose? I think I'm going to work on my grid journal today. What a mess. I've got such a mess on my desk, but that's okay. So I looked through my stamps and I grabbed a bunch of things. I was looking for sets of things. So I found a bunch of these stamps with numbers on them, like this. And I think I could use them in my grid journal. This is a grid journal that I have already begun. I have pages already that I've done in here. If you're looking for a simple grid journal, I have one that is available on Amazon that you can get, just has a bunch of squares on it. So that's an option as well. Or you can create your own tracing a block of Post-it notes. Okay, so I've just kind of thrown some on here to give myself an idea of a possibility of what I can do. That's one thing. Here's my other little grid thing going on. I looked for sets and I found some flowers, but then I also remembered that I had a whole bunch of these queen stamps in different colors. So this is also something that's fun to play with. And I started to put some colors down and experiment with how I wanted it to look. I decided that I did not want to put stamps in every single box. It was just going to get too crowded, too much, you know, if I put them all in. So instead, I'm going to do them kind of staggered like this. And I'll just collage with some other elements and see what I can get. So I think I'm going to work on both of these at the same time and see what I can do. Right? So let's see. Let's get going here. For this one, I like keeping the idea of staying with numbers. So I found this little page of numbers and some handwritten numbers. I might use some in here. And then for this, on the alternates, I'm not quite sure what I can use, but I might do something with this color. And with these collages, there's a real challenge here. There's a challenge of having each grid being unique, having the page work together as a unit, and then having the spread work together as a unit. So then I can adjust things and figure out, you know, what is the most pleasing layout for me, right, that I like. I also like this text with words, and the fact that there's 2 languages on here is very interesting to me. I'm going to use this text in here. Okay, I'm a little bit stuck. I have the ones with the red stamps, I have complete. I have 3 pieces. It's enough for a collage. I think those ones look good. That's fine. Now these ones, I don't know what else to put on there just yet. I tried to stick some numbers, more numbers on, and it doesn't work. It's just not working. I need some color or something that's going to be a little bit more contrastive with these pieces. Over here, I'm off to a very good start, I think. I might work on this one next since I kind of know what I'm doing. I also want to glue these down very carefully so they don't get agitated. So I'm going to do all that, and then I will be back to show you what I do with the rest of it. All right, I am done gluing everything down. As a matter of fact, I kept going and I kept on gluing more things because I knew I needed to work on these little areas here, these ones that I didn't have an answer for. So I came up with some construction paper rubber stamped, and I used this rubber stamp, Hero Arts. And on top, or with that, I used this colored ink barn door. And it looks really nice. I like the way the colors turned out there. It's very pretty. I'm not quite done. I'm going to do a little bit more rubber stamping. And I also wanted to show you this one. This one, I am also going to do a little bit more rubber stamping over the top, but this is where I'm at right now. With this one, I have the reds here with the stamp. Then I also have the red in this rubber stamping here. So this is red, 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 red. This one does not, and this one does not. So I want to add red in these two, and I have this rubber stamp, just these wavy lines, these cancellation marks. So I'm going to use this same barn door this way and one this way, right? Trying to keep everything symmetrical. So I'll go ahead and do that. And then one this way. Okay. Okay, so now this has red in every single box. Since I have a postal theme going here, I'm thinking that I also want to add a postmark. I'm choosing this light gray flannel, because I don't want to draw attention to the color. I want to draw attention to the shape and to the fact that it's a postmark. But I don't want to add a new color to the whole palette, or I don't want to ruin the balance that I have right now. So that's why I'm using a gray. Now, where do I want to put this? Do I want to put them in all 6? Do I want to put them just sporadically? I really like this spot right here, so I want this one, and there's another spot here. Let's see. Here and here. Well, this is hard. 1, 2, 3, 4, perhaps. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and commit to this one right here. Good, I like that a lot. One. Do I want the same stamp? Let's see. 1, 2. And let me get a different round stamp. New York or Bath, Somerset? Well, let's do New York. Okay. 3, 4 or 3, 4? Maybe this one. Okay, good. I also have these polka dots, rounded polka dots. I could do something with these. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think I'm going to leave it like this for now. I might have a look at it tomorrow and see if I want to add anything else, but I'll stop there. For this, I also want to add a postmark, but I have to be very careful because this is already very busy. It's got a lot going on, so I could very easily overwhelm everything with too much. Okay, I'm going to use this Japanese text. This, I'm just going to do it. Just going to do it. Now, the only thing I need to figure out is the color. So I think I'm going to go with a blue. And I will choose this nautical blue. And I'm going to stick it above this one and above this one. There we go. That's it. It took me about 2.5 hours to complete these, but that's okay. I really like the way they turned out. If you like these kinds of instructional videos, then you will enjoy this one. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.